So you are getting ready to visit Cancun and you are looking for some of the best things to do during your vacation. So in this video, I'm going to go over the top 5 day trips that you must do if you are visiting the Cancun area. So number 1 is so far my favorite day trip that I've taken while vacationing in Cancun, and that is going to the island of Cozumel and taking a boat to El Cielo. So if you're someone who loves to snorkel, take boat trips, and you want to see the bluest water that you have ever seen in your life, then you definitely have to put Cozumel on your to-do list when you're visiting in Cancun. Now, you can get there on your own by taking the ferry from Playa del Carmen, but to get to El Cielo, which is really the best part, you have to do this through an excursion company, and there's several out there. We did ours through Viator.com, so I will put that in the link of the exact one that we took. And of course, I do an entire video about this excursion as well, and it's definitely one of my all-time favorite memories that I have made while visiting Cancun. So number 2 is Isla Mujeres, and I think some people might say that should be the number 1. And I think it's definitely a tie between Cozumel and Isla Mujeres for me, because I love them both, but they were completely different experiences. And with Isla Mujeres, there's so many different things that you can do there. There's so many different ways to experience the island, just like Cozumel. So we've been to Isla Mujeres 3 times, but in 3 very different ways. And of course, I do videos on each experience, so you can check them out on our channel. But the first time, we did it ourselves. We took the ferry over and then got the golf cart. The second time, we took a group sunset cruise, which was fun. And then this last time, we took a private sailboat tour. So you definitely have to put Isla Mujeres on your to-do list. You're going to love it. So for the next day trips on the list, full disclosure, I have not done them yet personally, even though I've been to Cancun 15 times, and it's only because of the time that it takes to do these trips. And usually we're only traveling for 3 days and 3 noches, so we haven't been able to carve out the time needed, but they are definitely among the top on our list to do. Number 3 is swimming in a cenote, which Mexico is famous for, these naturally occurring freshwater pools that sometimes are under caves, sometimes they're open air, and they have crystal clear water. And the only reason why I haven't done this, one, yes, is the time, but I'm being honest here, a little bit fearful of snakes and bats and things like that. But Nacho has convinced me that next time I come to the Cancun area, I'm going to do it. I'm going to film it and we're going to experience this because it is one of those amazing wonders that you can find in Mexico. Now, number 4 would be to go to Chichen Itza, which is one of the most recognizable Mayan ruins and one of the 7 wonders of the world. Now, it is a 2.5-hour drive from Cancun, sometimes longer with traffic. So it is definitely an all-day trip, and you definitely want to do this with a tour company so that you get the full experience. And there are a ton out there. Again, I will link Viator.com, which we've used traveling. We haven't used it for this trip. Again, I personally haven't done this, but it's definitely on the list, and it's a must-do for anybody that especially is doing an extended trip in Cancun and has an entire day to spend somewhere. Now, number 5, actually, it was really hard to pick a 5th one because there's so much to do in Cancun, which is another reason why I love it. And if you are feeling a little nervous about going off the resort, just make sure you check out some of my other videos that I do about safety in Cancun. And my recommendation would be just to always go with a guided tour company, which for number 5, you will need as well, which would be to go to Tulum. And our friends took this trip and they highly recommend it. They love touring the ruins. They went into downtown, and it is one of those hot spots right now. So it is a great day trip to really get some history, but also get a little culture as well. So if you want some more ideas for day trips in the Cancun area, I'm going to link an article I found from The World is a Playground that lists 15 different things that you can do in the area. But really, there's so much to do. I think my biggest recommendation, again, if it's your first time going to Cancun, is to do these excursions through a guided tour. And definitely check out our channel, 3 Days and 3 Noches, because we do a ton of videos about Cancun, especially Cancun travel tips and the airport, especially if it's your first time traveling to this area. And keep following us because we don't just go to Cancun, we're actually getting ready to go to Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic. We travel all over and we bring you honest, to the point information and travel reviews about the destinations that we go to. So please like and subscribe.